you read this for me, Jen?
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
Maybe it's Zane. Because he was a poet, right?
Maybe.
Flashlight.
Hanging in the air. Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it. Hanging in the air. A meaning. The violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see. And yet, making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level. Overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
What's past this door? Hey.
The station had changed. I was closer
Told you
now.
that door would lead somewhere at the beginning. The station has changed. A lot. This car wasn't here. None of this was here. Let's jump on the tracks. So mean.
Yep.
The game didn't save properly.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment?
See, I figured it was supposed to be all open.
Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape. Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape?
Phone ring.
Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead. The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Who's calling this time?
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well,
I think
we
that's
would
Zane.
be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Let's go to the tower.
There it is.
Maybe he was a victim. The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Which elevator did we take to?
Obviously the one that just opened. But it's a bad decision all the same.
We got flooded with blood as soon as we opened the doors.
Hopefully not.
A haunting.
This is the next part. Yay.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off in the door.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
Damn, you got an upgrade in place.
Alice's video camera.
This is a lot
No
bigger.
memory card inside.
Focal point is the dark place. I gotta just ignore her and walk away from where she's screaming from.
There's another thing you can click on there.
Part 1. What was Alice working
The
on?
video camera, I guess.
We just ignore her. He just immediately starts hitting the thing. Wrong video, wrong video.
Oh god, it's another live action thing.
Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there.
The doctor also happened to be a fraud.
We argued.
He's a good doctor, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he exploits his people that are rich artists and all that and makes them do art and work and poems for him that he can
He was
sell.
just gone.
That's called exploiting.
Drowned, allegedly. Easy for people to think it was my fault.
Alan's
Hell, I
dead.
do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back,
She's crazy.
haunting me.
Is that why the light's flickering in the background?
Yeah.
Then it got violent.
The typewriter got violent. Oh no.
It was Alan,
Mr. Scratch.
and yet it was a monster. He always did have anger in him.
This is taking forever.
I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art.
Just all of a sudden her neck just snaps instantly.
My nightmares caught on film.
It's horrible.
What do you
And
mean?
this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so
Well, she
much
is probably
darker
being
than they
haunted
ever
by
knew.
Scratch. You have to admit that.
Exploiting her husband's death.
I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Well, it is called The Dark Place. Good job. You got that right.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
I guess go see our wife now.
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Exhibition. He'll be behind us now. Boo. Go into our office now?
Here, let us.
I couldn't get in. I was missing something.
We're looking for that symbol.
Oh, we have to go inside this.
Oh, come on.
Here we go. Your favorite, Jen?
I hate live action stuff.
Where's he at, Jen?
Oh, it's easy. He's back at the cabin.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story.
That does not
And in the
sound like
story,
Alan.
I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
But someone else was writing. Scratch is the one I saw here. Returned by Mr. Scratch. He like a race with
Scratch it sounds as they hear him. And now we can play as Alan freely. That's all I know. That's all I looked up when we could play as Alan.
back.
Did we just get 2 achievements in one go?
Yeah.
Oh.
So is that really Alan, or is that Mr. Scratch sitting there?
I'm pretty sure it's
Okay,
Alan.
let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called
He
the Dark
smirked.
Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding.
Love
but your
Deerfest,
double
though.
edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound
Like
to
the
the lake.
pages she's been receiving.
I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away.
Casey is really thinking
Look,
he's a
I
bad
know
guy.
it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
I can't get rid of the fact that Alan Wake looks like he's wearing mascara constantly.
They took a drink at the same time.
They're one of the same, Jin.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
Because you came in contact with
I
me.
think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Let's pull the gun and get rid of everyone.
So how soon can we switch to him?
And there's so much of it.
Shoebox.
Wake just
Yeah.
gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like
Go
a
into
good place to
Alan's head
start.
and figure everything out.
If we find that, then we find the cult.
Oh, the story. Put that up.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Because that's not what Alan Wake writes.
Dude, you okay over there?
I'm dying. Very quickly at this point.
The overlap.
My God.
I'm gonna fucking strangle that dumb fucking thing and kill it.
Please don't.
Yeah, I
Please.
will kill that dog if it doesn't shut up.
I'm getting his collar thing next time.
I can just throw him in a fucking lake and electrocute him.
That's kind of cruel, Riley.
It's not.
He's a living being.
Don't care.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the
Well,
habit
cold
of wearing
words,
deer
just asking for
masks,
that.
performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
Cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
I should ask him all the questions first.
If
Yeah.
the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all
I'm using your
confused.
pages
Alan,
to speak to
if I'm
him.
gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
He's confused.
Oh, we can profile him now. Here we go. Suppose we
Wake said
could.
the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter. The next chapter. The next chapter.
The next chapter.
Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
Of course he is. He's the writer.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Speaking in
Scratch
tongues.
is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Did you understand all that?
This
Interesting
mug
stuff.
always cheers me up.
Learn more about the cult of the tree. Cult of the tweed.
E.
There we go.
Okay, Mr. Wake.
She's like, how
I
do
know
you
you
know
have
this?
more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have.
What is it?
Be careful with them.
It's gonna be a trap, Jade.
If anything happens,
Inside
then
the
we don't know what
trailer,
happens
at
next.
the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew a weapon.
A trailer. Let's ask you about it, Wake. Ooh, okay.
You have to go to your dream thing.
What?
Because you got a new piece of information.
That's a manuscript page, dude.
Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew a weapon, shouted, ran after him.
She in a trailer with someone that offered her coffee?
That'd be suspicious, don't you think?
Maybe.
Especially since we
The
already
cult of
know
the tree has the clicker
the
Wade
girl
told
has
me
recovered,
about.
sort of.
They're a part
she
of
knows
all
her.
this. It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
He does not like flannel, Chad. My conversation right there.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee
They're
World,
back.
voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our
Where we need to go,
attractions
Jay.
are family-friendly and
These guys are
available
like the
to
funniest
children
people
of all
in
ages,
this thing.
just like our coffee.
We met one of them so far.
So,
Yes, we
take
did.
a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin.
You know what their eyes remind me of? Is
Hold
from
on for dear
Scooby
life
Doo
on the
when they're
Espresso
possessed. Those
Express.
people, the monsters. That's what their eyes look like.
Oh!
There's a
Soak
fishing
in
hook
some
on that
local
hat.
history at the Huatari Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. No.
No.
Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our
They're-
A moose petting zoo?
Just don't
That's not a
share
good
your
idea.
coffee with the
I would
goats.
go.
Moose are not something you want to mess
Stop feeding our
with.
goats coffee.
They're tanks on legs.
Seriously, it's not a moose.
They're literally tanks on legs. They'll
Take
kill you
in
for
amazing
the
views
slightest
from the
problem
Slow
that
Roadster
they're
Ferris
having with
wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park.
you. He wants to fall asleep.
This is so much fun! And finish off at our Brew
We need a
Depot gift
DLC with
shop
them.
where seniors
them?
and children under 10
Yeah.
receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We
they get
guarantee
discounted
you'll
both
have
ways.
a great
It's kind of
time.
random, don't you think?
These are the neighbors you don't want near your kids.
I've requested something be done.
I don't want to want them near me in general, I don't think.
Going on by itself. It's keeping me awake
Right,
all
well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
Music run! Didn't we turn that off?
Watery.
Watery.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake,
But
but
he's crazy.
are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? It must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
And he's a famous
The quality
writer.
of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have,
place
this could
looks
be
great.
a breakthrough. We might solve this
the
thing before
dog.
backup even arrives.
And they're taking their time, so just be careful out there.
He just
Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a
Nope.
chat. Maybe I can
why
shake
does this
something
place look like
loose.
shit?
Okay, it looks good.
But remember what happened with the salt shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
It's your fault, Jen.
This is not my fault.
The page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
Local girl. Now we know what we have to look for.
The flooding is even worse here.